365 Everyday Value has some new sunscreens out that look pretty good. This zinc only mineral sunscreen, SPF 30. That's not a high enough SPF though for being outdoors and doing sports, but and I bet there's a significant cast with that one. You guys asked me about sprays, and I've told you in other videos, you know, my issue with sprays is that they don't reliably put a protective film on. You end up spraying like 90% of it out into the air, and they're just not as well confirmed. They're just not as well established to be effective, basically. All of the data we have for sunscreens, like with creams, so there's that. But they are handy for applying to kids, in this case. But the way you have to use these is not to just spray them on your skin. You have to spray them on your hand and then rub them in which case, you know, they're kind of like sort of the same principle as a cream. The only difference is that they're not as heavy. They have alcohol denaturant, which is more than fine. It's not a dangerous ingredient, but it's drying. That's what you're going to find in vehicles that are sprays and gels that go on clear and are super lightweight and kind of cooling. You'll find they have alcohol denaturant in them, which is an ingredient that is fine, but it can just be drying and irritating. And if you have rosacea, it really can sting quite a bit. So for people with rosacea, it tends to be an issue. But this one I recommend if you're interested in a spray chemical sunscreen, or just make sure you spray it on your hands and then rub it in. Their clear spray sunscreen, I think, has fragrance in it. Yeah, all of these have fragrance. Fragrance in sunscreens probably the worst idea of anything to put fragrance in. You know, they don't disclose what's in their fragrance mix. Skincare manufacturers, they don't disclose that. And some fragrance ingredients can interact with UV light and cause irritant or allergic type contact dermatitis, allergic irritant dermatitis. People think they're allergic to sunscreen. Sometimes it's the fragrance in the sunscreen, or other times it's a preservative. Ooh, what is this? Do you have to be a man over 50 to use this? I'm always interested in veggies in any form. So we're over here in the mock meat section because yesterday my mom had the bee in her bonnet. You wanted to try the Impossible Burger?
Yeah, they've got the Beyond Burger here.
Yeah, is the Impossible one that has heme in it so it bleeds? It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I think it's the Impossible one because people say when they bite into it, it oozes red.
Yeah.
Which is a little
I know, I wouldn't want that experience. I have wanted to try the Miyoko's cheeses, vegan cheeses.
Oh.
I hear they're really good, and they have a vegan mozzarella that looks reasonable. They're made with like cashews, and
yeah,
they also have spreads, and they have a vegan butter that I believe is palm oil free. Don't quote me on that, but I think it is. Palm oil is not vegan technically.
I'd like to try these too.
The Beyond sausage. I don't think I would like them, but I've never had them before. They're really high in fat.
500 milligrams of sodium.
My God.
Too much for me.
Yeah, that is a lot of sodium.
Yeah.
I have had these before, and I never liked regular hot dogs, and I don't think these are worth it either. They don't. I can't remember if they taste like a hot dog or not. They've got soy protein and pea
really like
protein.
to try the different cheeses with crackers.
Joseph Lincoln always makes stuff with this. He gets it at the 99-cent store. Soy rizo.
This would be good with yellow rice and peas.
It would, yeah, it would be good.
That would be good.
I think I've had the Gimme Lean before. I've never had the bacon, but I've heard that the Sweet Earth one is pretty good.
That looks...
Yeah, I want to try these noodles, but I don't want the sauce. These Yuba noodles they have here,
Yeah.
they're made out of soybeans. I wish they just had the plain noodles.
Another thing I wanted to show you. Look at this
Oh, I love that stuff.
Yeah,
They
it's
used
a
to
good
sell that at the
price.
Costco in New York. A big jar, a big tub of it. Not that brand, but a similar one. Oh, it was good.
What is this fermented carrots?
That's probably good. That's like a kimchi.
Yeah.
In H Mart you can get tons of stuff like that. I just never know if it's vegan or not because a lot of it has fish
Yeah.
in it.
Here's the fermented okra. That might
Yeah.
be
Oh
interesting.
yeah. That would be good. They have a nut cheese. This is the only vegan cheese I've had so far that I've found palatable.
I really do want to try this meal.
Yeah, I want to try that one. People like the Kite Hill one, but I found it was a little strange.
The thing is, this is might be too creamy. I don't know.
BioLife. They even have the 365 has a cheese alternative. It's just oil and powder though. It's kind of gross. Well, I've actually had that before.
Is it
Before I
good?
was vegan, I think it's not actually vegan. If you turn it over, it's got casein in it, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, you had?
Because I used to get that before I was vegan at Sprouts.
Oh.
It's good if you're dairy free, but it's not technically lactose free. But yeah, we were just noticing they've got Kite Hill has vegan ravioli and tortellini, spinach and mushroom. I bet the mushroom is
I'd
good.
like to try those too. It's not bad.
Yeah. You don't like gnocchi?
Tzatziki. Is this a plant tzatziki? Without yogurt?
Yeah.
No, it's got yogurt. Why did they say power of plants? That's confusing.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, she said they were out of the mocha syrup. I can't imagine getting a mocha this early in the morning. The guy wanted.
No, yeah, he wanted.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what he liked.
But you got a chai latte?
Oh, well, I was gonna ask them if they could guess what this was, but now you spoiled it.
I'm sorry.
It's
cool.
a soy chai latte.
Soy chai?
So let me just have a sip. Oh, that's good.
What prompted that? Just changing it up?
I had a pretty strong instant coffee this morning.
Oh. You feeling energized?
I've got sufficient caffeine surging through my body.
Yeah, she asked me, this wasn't decaf, was it? I was like, God, no.
No. You know what I did?
Too early for decaf.
I got oatmeal,
You got
but
oatmeal?
then I put a lot of toppings on it.
Ooh, looks good. You got granola.
Yeah, it's got granola, but lots of berries, the blackberries and strawberries.
And almonds, too.
And the secret is at the bottom. Got 3 platanos.
They're good.
Does it feel heavy?
I haven't had one of them.
Really heavy.
I tried to make mine really pretty. I got cauliflower rice, edamame, and I sprinkled it. There's also some strawberries under there. I sprinkled it with black and white sesame seeds and turmeric. Oh, there's some red quinoa. The strawberries peeking out under there. And then a few raisins, and they have these dried apricots on the bar. But they've changed the toppings.
Yeah.
These new jars, and I don't care
They're
for all
a
of them
little
because
hard
some
to
of them
use.
are just a wide mouth tip out, and that doesn't work for raisins because all the raisins get clumped in
Yeah.
there.
I know.
And they also have that for like some of the nuts and stuff, and I fear that it's going to prompt people to put their hands and fingers inside the jar. And I don't think that's very
I don't
smart.
do too well with those big jars, but I was thinking that looks like you created a mandala.
Yeah, I was just trying to be really pretty with the cauliflower rice.
What's the bright yellow? Is that
Turmeric.
Turmeric.
Yeah, I'm out of turmeric. So last night we watched a movie on Netflix that was really good. It's with Amy Adams. It's called Junebug. It's quirky. The only thing I thought, some of the dynamics between the family members were odd and a little hard, difficult to explain.
They didn't go into what was wrong with all this dysfunction going on.
Yeah.
And the son returning, he seemed like he was really close to his family. But then the last scene when they're driving away, didn't he say, "Aren't you glad to be getting away from there?"
Yeah.
I was like, well, I thought he...
I think he was just putting on a happy face.
I don't know what the thing was, but...
Yeah, it was, the lines were funny.
They never told you what was wrong with your brother.
Yeah.
They never told you why he was the way he was.
Yeah, it was funny when they were in the replacements factory,
Yeah, that
the
was
conversations they were having with
I thought that was hysterical.
He was there waiting for us. Hey, little boy.
Our little greeter. Hi, buddy.
PBS Kids.
You watching your... Oh, hello. What did they have on Arthur this morning?
Is today your day for your blueberry facial? He whacked everybody.
Oh, I like that.
Time for a blueberry facial. He loves having his face whacked. Tybee gets excited because there's a little kid's soccer game out here in this playground. They're really cute little ones over here playing soccer. So, update, I got lost in my book, Dune. I was just reading it for the past hour. It is so good. And it makes you, it's just kind of interesting. Makes you, if you're at all interested in water conservation, it presents kind of a scary perspective of that. At least the part I'm at now. I'm not that far into it, but yeah, it always amazes me how certain science fiction authors can kind of predict things almost. Like, have you guys ever read Don DeLillo's White Noise? Oh, that's a good one. Tybee, do you have FOMO? You're plagued with FOMO and an owner who has JOMO, which is joy of missing out. That's what we experience as introverts. But it's a pretty day out. Come on, Tybee. Come on. Let's get to moving and shaking. Yeah, in the summertime, it's cool out right now, but in the summertime, in particular, it gets so hot. The asphalt is like dangerously hot for the dog's paws. So that's not good for Tybee. We have to pick him up and carry him over to grass so he can go to the bathroom and walk around and play. That's why the dog parks are nice. That park we went to yesterday had a huge dog park, and it had like an outdoor body of water, like a shallow lake for the dogs to get in. But I would be worried I would be worried that my dog would pick up some kind of a germ in there. I mean, I'm not even germophobic, but I'm like a helicopter parent with the dogs. Tybee, no. See, here I go. He's trying to chew on a pine cone. No, Tybee, you don't want to eat that. Whichever end that comes out of would not be a pleasant experience for you, I would imagine. Got that on camera. He just met another dog outside, and he got so excited, and now he's like, Mom, I made a friend, and there were kids outside on the playground, and they were chasing around a ball. I've got to get my dinosaur. Oh, yes.
He loves to watch the soccer ball.
He gets FOMO over them.
Yeah, it's like he wants to go play so badly. Are
Little
you a little boy
boy.
trapped in a dog's body, huh?
Little boy. Go to Trader Joe's to see if they had that watermelon jerky. They have a watermelon cucumber cooler. Does that have added sugar in it? Yeah. And then they have a watermelon black tea.
Yeah. This looks good. Does it have sugar?
Sugar, yeah.
Or you could make a nice daiquiri kind of thing with that.
You sure could, yeah.
Rum and that.
Well, no luck. No watermelon jerky. hey guys, what's up? I am obviously back home and finished up at the gym. And I wanted to just kind of update you guys. I mentioned the other day, I've really, been making my way through and rather enjoying the Banana Boat Simply Protect Sport SPF 50 in lieu of Elta MD UV Sport. I don't think it is, the aesthetics of it are as acceptable. In other words, there's a little bit more, the cast is a little more detectable than Elta MD UV Sport. But I find that both of them kind of give that shine flashback. The protection they offer, though, is comparable. They both stay in place really well, and you basically get very similar outcomes with them. So I really think this is an excellent drugstore alternative. I've also recently acquired the Dermatology brand that I've been talking about and wearing quite a bit. I acquired their sports sunscreen, and it too is very, 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 very similar, if not identical, to Elta MD UV Sport. So I've really been, kind of enjoying, you guys know I like to go to the sports sunscreens. I just find that with the humidity, even though they make me look greasy and shiny, with the humidity, they stay in place much better. And I don't know, I feel like with sports sunscreens and the high water resistance, it gives me a little bit more insurance. Here in Houston, where it is so humid and can be very hot and sweaty. And then an update on Eucerin. I mentioned to you guys last week, or I showed on the vlogs the other day, that I tried out for you guys kind of the first impression of the Eucerin Sensitive Sun Cream formulation and then the matte liquid. And the cream formulation, I still have trouble getting that to stay on my skin. It just, no matter what I do. That particular day when I first tried it, I just put it onto a bare face. I didn't put any moisturizer or anything on. The night before, I had done one of those Benton Centella masks, and so I thought maybe that was what made it so hard to stay on, but I've tried it since then, and it just doesn't stay on my skin. So that one's a bit of a fail, but at least for me. The matte one I have really liked. It's got quite a bit of kind of greasy, shiny look to it, but I'm okay with that. Looking shiny and greasy is not like the most attractive thing, but it doesn't necessarily mean that your skin is producing more oil, or it doesn't equate to anything in the realm of acne. I just think it makes people fearful of acne. A little bit of shine, I'm okay with, I'm comfortable with. And so I've been okay with that. That liquid one is what I'm getting at. But likewise, their Sun Allergy Protect sunscreen for the face and body. This is kind of like a sport vehicle. I mean, it's a nice gel. There's zero cast with this one, but it is quite shiny and greasy. I think those of you in the UK, you have some alternatives to this that are a little bit more aesthetic as far as the shine factor. And then the Japanese, I mean, they always kill it with the aesthetics of their sunscreens. But this is a good one. Those of you in Mexico, you can get this. So that's good. I'm not sure about like some of the other brands that I reviewed that are available, at least in the UK, like Bioderma and the La Roche-Posay Anthelios XL, the one with Mexeril in it, not the Anthelios that we have here in the States with just avobenzone in it. But I don't know if you guys can get that in Mexico, the La Roche-Posay one. Comment below. But I'm glad you can get this. And for people in the States who happen to be traveling to Mexico, as many people do, I haven't traveled to Mexico in a long, long time. But I don't know, can you get this? Like, do they sell this? I don't know where you travel in Mexico. I'm just speaking to you in general. But, a lot of people like to go to Cancun and those kind of resorts and places like that. I'm sure they don't sell this there. They probably just sell like regular American sunscreens in those kind of places. I'm not sure. But if you can get your hands on this, this is really good for the beach purposes. Much better than the American sunscreens as far as the filters and everything that it offers. And it's also giving a similar greasiness that any other sports sunscreen you might choose would as well. So this is a better choice. I really like it. I prefer the Altruist sunscreens, I have to be honest with you. I think they just feel better. They don't have that same greasy shininess. Even the SPF 50, which is pretty shiny, is not quite as bad as this one, but I'm cool with it, is what I'm getting at. one to pick that I mean, personally, I just love this one, is the LTMG UV Pure. I think this is 10 times better than their UV Replenish. The cast on this is a 2, but on my skin, it's a doable 2. If you're a darker skin type, you're gonna be like, I can't handle it. I can't. I mean, you might be okay with it, but it's gonna look more severe on you. But this, I think, is better than their UV Replenish. So UV Replenish is just a tad whiter on the skin than this. And this one is 80 minutes water resistant. I believe the UV Replenish is 40. I could be wrong on that. I have to go back and double check. But this one is titanium dioxide and zinc and titanium dioxide. So 2 different, it's physical exclusive. This is fantastic though for people with sensitive skin, acne prone skin. If you are fearful of water resistant mineral sunscreens and you have acne prone skin, you shouldn't be, but this is one, you know, I would encourage you to consider if you can get over the cast. I've really been enjoying it. I wore it in Arizona when we went on the hike and it was fantastic. I mean, when you put it on, it's like, oh my gosh, but it dries down pretty quickly. Some of you wear this and love it, so comment below. But in my experience, like, it's definitely a 2 going on. It's definitely a 2 within the next like 20 to 30 minutes, but within an hour, it's creeping into the 1.5 category, and I'm cool with the 1.5. But on a darker skin type, that's going to be more noticeable. So yeah, that's just a little sunscreen update for you guys. You know, hope you all are still going strong with your reapplications and wearing sunscreen. You know, it's very important. This time of year in particular, at least it's more on your face coming into summer. Like, people are, you know, brands are more push it a little bit stronger, which is good. So yeah, but comment below what sunscreen you guys are using currently. I would love to know. But I hope you all enjoyed the vlogs this weekend. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye.